Yeah,
We'll
very,
see.
very
Time will
important,
tell.
as you mentioned. Anyways, we're going to be taking a trip into the loser bracket, and we're going to be there for quite a minute until we get into our grand finals, of course. But of all these players here, I got to say, very impressive stuff that we've seen from this region so far. We've seen a bit of Machine Moves. We've seen a lot of Eddie Gordo. We saw even a Lily, some Hwarang. But I think really what we're seeing is the dominance here of Marduk. I think that's, for me, the most impactful because, it's not the first time we've seen it from that particular player, but it's just been going on. And you guys can see the bracket and what we have on the screen right now. We're down to our loser semifinal between Divine Exorcist and Roy Tekken. One of those two will be able to play against Geese Joestar in our losers final.
You know what they could be talking about on Twitter Monday morning, man? Marduk won North America. Marduk won Central America. This character needs to be nerfed.
It's going to happen. I think the conversation's already happening in the chat. Hey, guys.
There are a lot of people that already feel like Marduk's super OP, and that's just they keep losing to Joey Fury. And,
Joey Fury, definitely a contributor to the anti-Marduk clan. Yeah, it's definitely his fault. Part of it is his fault. But, hey, whatever you got to do to really showcase your ability, I think Marduk is definitely a good character. And sometimes a wise man once said, just pick a top tier. Pick a good character. I don't even think he's the best character.
The Lars is back. Divine Exorcist. With those counter picks, we last saw him going with Eddie to take out his fellow countryman El Tondo. And again, with Lars, he's going to use Lars to try to slow down this Roy Tekken guy who has been running through his opponents. He only struggled in his first matchup against, I think it was a Hwarang player.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. He's going to be able to push towards the wall, gets the follow-up. What's the mix? Man.
Wall carry. He overkilled it.
Dude, he got so much wall carry, he can get to a wall in an open stage. That's how crazy he is.
Tight.
Anyways, first round.
That was a really good first round, especially at the end. Roy Tekken had the back turn mix-up. He even got Divine to duck, but the alignment wasn't right. So his mix-up whipped entirely. And unfortunately, it cost him the round. Already half-life gone for him as well this round. So the Lars doing work, lots of damage, and that's unsafe.
God.
If you can
such a high speed match, and the way that Divine Exorcist is kind of playing and really controlling the space of the wall, it's like Roy Tekken. We watched him play throughout the entirety of the day. He's been one of those players to really control and start going low and opening up his opponent. He's not even getting an opportunity. Oh my God!
I mean, you don't want to get too comfortable with lows with Lars because that was a weird skirmish, but could have easily been low crushed by the jumping kick. That's why I think maybe Divine Exorcist is going for this Lars because not only up forward 4, but up forward 3. You remember when Lars first came out, everybody was doing up forward 3 to crush mids, lows, and highs? Like that was kind of crazy, and he still kind of got that with that move.
That lightning screw, you always got to be wary of it. But it's one of those things that we really don't see as much. I feel like I see more up forward 4s than up forward 3s nowadays.
Yeah. That's because, like I said, a lot of these new guys didn't play Tekken 6, didn't know how usable that move was to kind of really frustrate their opponent and make stuff crush, I think. But the guys that, like those old school guys, L Train, Neo X, and whoever, they're definitely going to be doing like up forward 3 a lot more than they're up forward. But like, take your pick, man. Like one's got more range. The other one is more like, X Factory, wild card kind of style. And take your pick on which one you want to use, depending on the situation. But yeah, I feel like if you're up close, you want to use up forward 3, and if you're like further away, you want to use up forward 4, just because it goes a little bit forward a little bit. But yeah, that's really taken the win out of Roy Tekken sales. Can't go low as much as he would like to. And that first round was really competitive, but I think losing because of such a close round like that, like where it was in your hands, but because of the alignment, like the guy wasn't off axis, your mix-up whip, that was really frustrating, and his focus was broken for the following 2 rounds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why he got stopped.
I'd like to remind everyone again, because this is the last match that we're going to see that is a shorter set. This is going to be a race to 2. After this, we are going to be in our losers final, and of course our grand final, where every other set is going to be a race to 3, a 3 out of 5. So there is obviously a little bit more pressure here to be able to kind of perform and get out into the longer set. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Roy go crazier, right? I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of tough to call either way.
I don't think we ever saw Roy lose the first game. Like he's always gotten up to that game 1 victory where he could then control everything. Like he can get more offensive, he can get slightly less aggressive. So him being down and being down, in convincing fashion after game one, this is not a first to three set, so he has to make it happen right now, and that's going to be very interesting to see what he does when he's put in this type of position. And I mentioned it earlier, Divine Exorcist is perhaps maybe the best player out of Mexico. I don't want to say for sure, but he's been involved in a lot of exhibitions, always has those deep placings, putting this country on the map. So this guy is probably super experienced, has a wide character range, and the fact that he went from Claudio to Eddie to Lars against 3 different opponents, he really has his counter picking abilities down, right? Whether it be against a certain character or a specific playstyle. Not all Fangs go low like that, but because he knows that it's Roy Tekken, he's gonna go at Lars and he's gonna try to do these low crush moves. So he's got all these tools as far as the game is concerned, and then as far as the players are concerned, he has good knowledge on some of these opponents out there in the bracket and their playstyle. And yep, as we wait for the next match to load up, guys, we want to show you guys one more time the some of our merch that we got on sale. Officially licensed Tekken merch. Markman's got it right there. This is the re-release of the very, very popular Kazuya tee, the Tekken 2 Kazuya limited edition, by the way. So pre-order now, guys. Take out your phone, scan that QR code on your screen, or you can visit our site at 10-o.gg/merch. There's the Brian. Brian is probably one of the most popular characters in Tekken, so I expect this shirt to sell out pretty quick. Devil Jin, also, you want your shirt to be top tier, right, Mark? You gotta have a top tier.
You gotta have it. You gotta have the top tier. I actually just got this shirt the other day, and I think it actually looks really nice. So again, if you guys have the opportunity, make sure you guys take advantage of these. They are limited edition. Once they're gone, they're gone. I know a lot of the older designs, people are asking for them, but I have to explain to them oh, you missed out on them. So hopefully you guys can get your pre-orders in to guarantee your size and the style that you want. So make sure you guys take advantage of this. 10-o.gg/merch. Again, as Anakin mentioned, you can scan the QR code if you are if you know how to do that. Not everyone knows about QR codes.
We're super old, so I've never done that before. So if I didn't know people do that. They scan QR codes and stuff. I don't know. I know I've done it once. Well, I know that you can take your phone out and you scan. If you have the camera and you point your phone at it, it'll automatically read it. And I was super amazed. Yeah.
This is the future.
It's crazy.
He's from the future.
QR code, man. Who did that? But yeah, guys. A lot of cool shirts. I like the new Nina Anna and the King Armor King one because there's 2 characters on one shirt. Yeah. Yeah, guys. That was my favorite shirt. I'm gonna cop it. And yeah, with the lobby crash, so we're just loading up, waiting a little bit. It is currently 1-0. for Divine, and he's also up 1 round, so we'll be remaking the lobby load back up shortly. Again, this is the 2021 Tekken Online Challenge powered by Astro, and you guys are watching the top 4 of our Masters tournament. And again, Masters tournaments are going to be going on from now until all the way through October with 14 regions in the mix. This is just North America and Central America for the first weekend. We got Africa, we got Oceania, we got Asia, Japan, Korea, Middle East, all the European regions. It's gonna be a bloodbath. I can't wait to see it. I mentioned earlier, Africa is the one that I'm looking out for the most because I know the names of the players, but I want to know more about what the countries are and who are the rivals.
More storylines. Let me know everything.
It's one of the things I love the most about Tekken. As a kid, just looking up to these top players and everything like that.
Who did they train with?
East Coast, West Coast drama, and to get to be a part of all the competitiveness these days, it's pretty cool, man. It's a history in the making. We're watching these guys play, and Tekken 7 has brought us a lot of unprecedented moments with old legends coming back and winning world championships, low tier heroes winning world championships, literally unknown regions of the world coming out of nowhere winning world championships. And not only that, he's got a whole squad, a whole army of players back home. You know what I mean? Pakistan is not only a one-man army, but that whole country is stacked. So lots of storylines. We got countries like Peru, Russia, Mexico waiting for their time, and the time is now for the guys in Central America. Energy Marduk just won a big tournament. He's getting his name out there. He's trending upwards. We got players like Divine Exorcist, who's been really making short work out of a lot of people. Imagine Divine Exorcist versus Energy Marduk in the grand finals. We haven't seen that today, but you know what I mean? That could be a banger of a match, but still a long way to go. Divine Exorcist has to get past Roy Tekken, who is always going to be a threat because of the firepower that he brings with Feng Wei, utilizing all of the buffs, whether it be frame advantage additions or damage buffs. He's able to use it all, especially that down back 3, where now on counter hit, he's going super animation. So although he's down 1-0 right now against Divine, he'll be fighting for his life once we get the action back up. And don't forget about Joestar, who's waiting in the losers finals. You think he'll pull out that Akuma again, Mark? Or
I would like to see it. I feel like he, especially early on, he really showcased his understanding of the character. I think that changes depending on who you're fighting against too, because again, a big part of the Akuma matchup is how well your opponent knows how to fight against them. So we'll see. It's always fun to see someone use Akuma against somebody that is not good against fighting Akuma, because that you're almost guaranteed to see some crazy shit. That's what I like to see.
I feel like Akuma would do better against a character like Divine if he were to pick Eddie, just because Akuma has some reliable tools to float him out of the relax. So I guess it depends on the matchup. You know what I mean? He didn't pick Akuma once against Energy Marduk, and there might have been a reason why. Who knows? But he might make that adjustment to Marduk. But I hear the match. We're back in it, guys. This is 1-0 Divine Exorcist versus Roy, and still just best of 3. So it could very well end quickly here. Already down around Roy Tekken in a game.
Yep. So thanks for hanging with us, guys, as we get back into the matchup, into the swing of things. Right now, jab float, being able to push towards the wall. Let's see what Roy Tekken's able to do. This is one of the rare instances where he does have an early life lead here in the round. I mean, at this point, it's been 4 straight rounds here for Divine Exorcist.
No shoulder. I don't know why he pulled back on his combo. We're seeing some hesitation, some mistakes. Didn't cost him this round, but if he makes it any more mistakes, like Divine is definitely going to try to capitalize.
Okay, here we go. Pushing back. Nice spring kick here. And again, Roy Tekken slowly but surely securing that life lead. Let's see what he does and how he's going to continue the pressure. But the down forward 2 into the wall.
He used up
look at his pressure.
But it got tracked by Lars' back 1, super reliable. And yeah, Roy Tekken, I think his head is back in the game. This is way better than he looked in the first game. And he might even it up here, but Divine, if he evens it up, I wonder if he'll switch to his Claudio. Like, Lars definitely ran out of steam. Maybe the little
back-to-back screws
delay in action kind of iced him a little bit.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Roy definitely looks much more comfortable. The way he's just been approaching with his pokes, classically like he's done in the past, is kind of open up his opponent with lows. But again, oh my god. He is thirsty for that lightning screw knee. The follow-up here, looking to close it out, and it might have been there.
Should have just went straight to the shoulder, but it's okay. As long as you get the win, Roy Tekken gets the win there. Game number 2, we're going to move on to our final game, and big difference from game 1 to game 2. I think it just has to do with, believe. This one has a lot more to do with believing in yourself. And Roy Tekken, he still got the faith, still keep it going.
Yeah, and he got 3 rounds straight there to kind of close out that after losing 4 rounds straight earlier on. So Roy Tekken definitely making some type of mental adjustment. Again, you could just see it in his confidence, the way that he was able to kind of pick his shots against his opponent. So this is going to be interesting because we are, again, in the final match now between these two, as they both battle it out to see who is going to get into our losers finals.
This is a tough decision. Well, I wouldn't say it's that tough, but there is a decision to be made, just because that match was convincing enough on the part of Roy Tekken for Divine to switch characters, right? He, I think, found most of his success today with Claudio, and if he doesn't switch to Claudio here today and lose, then that would mean that he got eliminated without even giving his most successful character a chance. So I think with those facts in mind, those factors, I think he should switch to Claudio and go out swinging with his best weapon, his sharpest tool, his main character, Claudio. Otherwise, you stick with Lars, you lose. You're just gonna be like, oh, what if? There's a lot of looking back and being angry at yourself because you didn't even get a chance. That's why I don't like to switch off characters, just because, like, you know what I mean. He's Jack's like my most successful character, so it's always strange to see people willing to give up so quickly and rely more so on like counter picking rather than just picking their best character and trying their hardest and winning that way. A lot of times that's the answer, instead of like, oh, I gotta switch to this character because this does that and blah 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 blah, right? So just as I thought, we got the Claudio.
Here we go.
1-1 loser semifinals. Loser goes home in 4th place. Nice chunk of points. That's 100 points towards their standing in the Tekken Online Challenge Central American region, and also some money to go home as well for their efforts. But you want to move on. You want to move on because if you move on to losers finals from here on out, you're playing, best of 5 matches, longer sets, be able to prove your skill and your strength. And so, yeah, last game to determine our top 3, guys.
Oh, he wasn't ready. He got hit by the second hit. Able to smack down, counter hit the follow-up, and he has the wall. Keeps him there. Divine Exorcist already proving that his pick with Claudio has been... Oh, man, look at the way he's more comfortable with how he's approaching the matchup. You can just see the use of the knee as well. Oh, here we go.
And got the counter hit as well. But Roy Tekken able to make up the deficit, now even with the lead. Oh, why did he went for the punch press? He thought he thought Claudio was gonna raise drive into punch pressure, but again, Roy Tekken taking kind of like a commitment that he didn't need to. A lot of times you get raise drive by Claudio, you start going defensive, but if you have a strong hunch, then you go for it. But right there, obviously, his hunch was off the mark.
All right, second hit. Tries to keep him there. Pushing back the other way, big counter hit, and the follow-up with the down back 3. Right now, Divine Exorcist timing is really helping him out, but Roy Tekken with the conversion, side wall stun. And they're just swinging. These guys are looking for those openings against each other, but another jab float. Roy Tekken has gotten quite a few of those in this round already.
When things whiff and things get really weird with the angles and the moves, you're not comfortable. So they're just getting to a more comfortable spot where an attack will either connect, hit, or land, and then they can go on to the next thing. But when weird stuff's happening, I whiff, you whiff, nobody's punishing, it gets really hairy. And you kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. Get some space, reset, clear your mind, and then go in. So I think that's what happened last round there.
Uh-oh, second hit finally landing. He's been using a lot of that 1-1 series.
Once he even went with full 10 hit.
Yeah. Uh-oh, here we go. Nice block. Great punish. Gets the knockdown here. He's going to have to be careful. This starburst can be very, very scary. Nice punish. Here we go. He does have rage, though.
Yeah, the rage
Roy
drive.
Tekken has to be very careful.
Rage drive can activate a lot of pressure, but Divine is a couple steps away from winning. And up 4-2 at the end of the round. Better to use it then. Roy Tekken 1 round away now after losing the first 4 rounds of the set. And that's just an example of really just believing in yourself, sticking to your guns, and not making too many adjustments, because more or less it's pretty much the same. But he is blocking a little bit more, though. I noticed that.
Oh yeah, very important here. Goes for the grab. Slight life lead here for Divine Exorcist. He does need this round if he wants to stay in contention. Gets the grab and the finish. Here we go. Final round between these two. Winner of this will move on to losers final.
Oh man, let's go. Okay, down back 3 parry, not even blocked. Divine just knowing, and he's gonna try to take it to the wall. Here we go. Mix up City on the wall. Claudio can sidestep into a mid or low, devastating damage. But man, look at this. Roy Feng Wei, he's got potential.
He's looking to come back here.
He needs
very
rage.
Important. He does have wall positioning that can help him out. Oh, there's a punish.
Too slow. He needs rage.
He ducked, but he didn't launch. There's the launch. This could be it.
Will the wall get in the way? No. And Divine goes for the easy combo just to make sure he gets it and doesn't want to do too much wall carrying. That was good experience. As a Claudio player, he did the right combo just enough to kill, and he moves on. It looked for a second there he was in some hot water. Roy Tekken had the lead, and that man showed what he was made of, showing that he is the guy. And he's going to be, going up against Geese Joestar. Now, another Mexico versus Mexico matchup. And the winner of that, of course, will take on Energy Marduk, who's going to be watching like a hawk, from the winner's side.
Yeah. This one should be interesting because we've seen both of these players obviously do very, very well throughout the top 8 and throughout the tournament in general. But I think it's going to be a matter of who is going to build the momentum early on and run away with it. But I mean, because it's a longer set, there can be some variance there. Yeah.
Now we're moving into only best of 5 territory. Geese Joestar has got 2 characters. Akuma Geese, most likely is going to be Geese going up against Claudio, I'm thinking. And again, since it's 2 players coming from the same country, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that they've played. And we'll be able to pick out some of these nuances and these differences, like the PvP stuff that's going on once they get into the match. So only 3 players left. I think they're all pretty happy with how things played out today. You know, finishing in the top 3 here at the